Aloha, it's Kim Jolene with Finding Your Fiji, and I'm here doing your Feng Shui Friday quick tip for today. And we are concluding the series on Feng Shui cure items or Feng Shui adjustment items. The topic today is about wind chimes and the ways that we can use wind chimes to help with balancing energy, because that's what Feng Shui is all about. Balancing energy, creating more harmony, more connection. And so wind chimes are very active energy, which very similar to flags or whirligigs, or sometimes you'll see those metal spinners. They're also, these things are all active energy, right? They're meant to call in something. Wind chimes in particular are meant to call in energy, opportunities, or clients, right? They should really hang freely. So we don't want them up against anything. We want them to be able to hang freely, and they can really be placed in any area. There are some exceptions to that. Certain years, we don't want wind chimes in certain areas, and that's a whole nother topic. So I'm not going to go into depth with that. But they really should hang freely. And as with bells, you want to make sure that you like the sound of the wind chime. Okay, so you don't want it to be something that's going to annoy you or annoy others, right? You want to like the sound of it. They should also be size appropriate. So they should be appropriate to the size of the space that you are hanging it in. We don't want some huge, massive wind chime in a very, very small space, right? That's not good energy. So depending on where you're hanging the wind chimes, they can also connect with the corresponding element for that particular area. So for example, if you have a metal wind chime, that can be placed in the helpful people area of your home or outside of your home, or the helpful people area of a particular room, because metal is the element that boosts helpful people. As with metal, you could also use a wood or a bamboo wind chime in your wealth area, for example, because that correlates to the energy of wood and would boost the wealth area of your home. So those are a couple ways that you can use wind chimes. Wind chimes can also be used for a number of other adjustments. And I'm going to, again, give you sort of a laundry list of different ways that we can use them. And then I will give you one way at the very end that anyone can do. Most of these I really would recommend that you connect with a Feng Shui expert to be able to help you with placement and to see if a wind chime is really the best option for you. But I do want to give you an idea of how you could potentially use wind chimes. So we use wind chimes to call money back in, right? We can use wind chimes to attract clients, to attract or call in a partner, right? They have that calling energy. We can use them to mark a missing piece. We can use them when we don't have a doorbell, or if the doorbell doesn't work. That can be used in that circumstance. I typically do recommend that you get some sort of way for the energy to knock. But if there's no way to create that, then a wind chime is something that you can use. You can use wind chimes to protect you from construction that is occurring. Oftentimes we have construction adjacent to our property or near our property, and that can protect you. You can use it for dead ends and cul-de-sacs. You can use wind chimes to bring clarity. You can also use a wind chime to help sell your home. And that is something that I do offer expert advice about. If you are in the midst of trying to sell your home or have had difficulty selling a home, I love to help sell homes and have had a lot of success with that as well. So the one tip I want to share with you is to add a wind chime near your front door. This will help call in energy, call in opportunities, and is particularly important if your front door is hidden or if the front door is not actually on the front of the house. So that can be a really, really helpful thing to have a wind chime there to attract the energy to your door and the opportunities to you personally. So that is my quick feng shui tip for this Friday. I'll put some links below. One thing I didn't mention, I think, was protection from arrow energy, and I do have a video on poison arrows, so I will put that video connection or link below, as well as potentially some of the other videos that I mentioned, or issues that I mentioned here. I have lots and lots of videos that you can access, and I'll put some of the links to those below, as well as the full playlist if you want to binge watch on feng shui tips and advice from me. Have an amazing, amazing day. Join me on YouTube. You're here with me on YouTube or potentially on Instagram. If you're watching me on Instagram, join me on YouTube. My channel is under Kim Jolene. If you are on YouTube, join me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Finding Your Fiji, as well as on Facebook as Finding Your Fiji. And all of the links to those juicy things are below. Much love and aloha.